if I traded it all.
Welcome to the show, everyone. And even though it's a little nice out, we know it's getting hotter. And I just am so excited about bringing on my first guest. She's been on my show many times, has a huge passion about what she's doing. Listen up, everyone. I have with me Solar Sandy. And Solar Sandy, please tell everybody a little bit about why you're so passionate, especially right now, with what's going on.
Thank you, Carol. And I love coming on your show and talking to people and educating them about what's going on, about their electricity and the cost of electricity. APS people need to listen very closely. APS has passed after November 8th. Rooftop solar was hit by the Arizona Corporation Commission to impose really high rate increases, and people don't really understand it because there's not a lot of information out there. So essentially what I'm doing is lowering people's power bill. It doesn't cost them anything to do this, and save money on a bill that they're already spending money on, Carol.
Okay, well, you are valley-wide. You also, right now, you told me before we came on, and this is something huge, that everyone really needs to listen up. This is really important. You're going to see things in the news. I know I see a lot about this no-cost solar in the news.
Absolutely.
But you're also going to see things that are going to make you a little bit confused.
And questioning it. Exactly, Carol. And what happened is with the elections, we learned a lot about big business influencing and special interests, politically, etc. And APS is a publicly traded corporation. They're a special interest. So they appointed people to the Arizona Corporation Commission that rule in favor of APS, not the consumer. So these rate increases are going to be significantly impacting people's bills. 8% plus new fees and taxes, and they're trying to take, and they are taking away over a period of time, the maximum savings that the homeowners could obtain by going solar. And unfortunately, people who have been sitting on the fence for years that it's been available to them, we're down to the crunch time now. Carol, July 2nd, the maximum savings that people can obtain are going to start stepping back. Can they still go solar? Yes, they can. But they're not grandfathered in at the best possible rate and the maximum saving potential. And I'm trying to let people know the time crunch is on. If you haven't sat down and had a consultation with me, call me. It's a free consultation. I evaluate how much power you're using, how much power over the last 12 months. If you've only been in your home less than 12 months or just moving into a home, I can still do a formula based on square footage. But your power costs are going up significantly July 1st. And after that, the savings with solar is still going to be there. It's just not going to be as much, not as advantageous, because APS is trying to, and eventually will, it's going to go in their favor, not the homeowners.
Now, this is no-cost solar. Explain what that means. Explain it, Lucy.
I will. The no-cost solar is a viable, potential option for many, many homeowners where they're not buying the panels, they're not paying for the installation, maintenance, monitoring, and again, it's saving money off a bill that they're already spending money on, and it's not they're not having to pay anything out of their pocket for it. I'm just the other electric company providing them the equipment with no cost, because people always ask me, Sandy, what is the catch?
What is the catch?
I go, oh, you got me. There is no catch. It's just the other electric company giving you a different option at your power at a better price. And then I go and I sit down with my homeowners and explain all of this to them so they understand it, so that their questions and concerns get addressed. And now they can move forward and save money off a bill that's going up dramatically, Carol. When I say dramatically, we're talking about the fees, taxes, and surcharges on the left-hand side of the bill are significant enough. Those are going to increase. They're planning on passing in the billions, and I keep getting different figures, $50 to $90 billion onto the non-solar customers. So the ones that were smart enough to do this are going to be saving money off their electricity. They're grandfathered in, and they know what they're paying for the next 20, 25 years for their power. The people that don't, they're going to get hit with. The people who are saving, their bills are going to go up dramatically because APS, it's already been put in front of the Arizona Corporation Commission that they're expanding the grid and doing all these things that actually isn't really necessary, but they've already got it. Like I said, they've got people people in place on the Arizona Corporation Commission that are in their favor. They're ruling in their favor, not in the favor of the small guys like us, the homeowners.
Another thing that I want to say that you've mentioned before in the past, that, you know, a lot of people that have heard about solar or talked to, even had discussions with it, say that they weren't saving or had it, that they were paying for it and they didn't save enough money and it wasn't really worth it. But you do something that's different. And that's what people need to hear.
I
too.
do, and I just had a call the other day about this. He had talked to several people, and he said it just didn't sound right. Something didn't sound right. Well, they weren't proposing the right amount of panels to give them enough power coverage. My goal is to get everybody off buying any kilowatts ever again from APS, so that they know exactly what they're paying for their power year after year. So I give them the replacement 100%, or what their roof allows, and that's why I try and get them to 100%, and a smidge more, so that they're paying $3.10 to the electric company.
We've seen it. We've seen texts that come in like that. I have a friend that you helped as well. She was buying a house. I said, "Do you have APS?" She says, "I'm not sure." I said, "You better check it out." She's excited, very excited.
She did.
You also do a $200 solar savings incentive. Will you please explain that?
If they qualify, Carol, and most people do, there's a $200 solar saving incentive that they're going to receive at installation to pay off their last APS bill. Here's the thing. It's a way of saying thank you. And now we're getting into the hot season. I want them to be able to pay off that last APS bill, and that's $200 cash in their pocket to them just for saying thank you for going solar. And if there's anybody, like I said, anybody sitting there on the fence, this is a little incentive for you to help you pay off that last APS bill and lower that summer bill that's going to go up dramatically. I've been looking at people's bills from last year, $300, $400, $500, $600 bills. They're going up $100, $150. Some of them maybe even more than that with these new fees and taxes and surcharges that they're getting ready to impose.
Well, what we want to do is we want to open up the lines to the audience here for everybody to call in. If you've been listening to Sandy and been thinking about it, call in now. It's just finding out whether or not this is a no obligation consultation. Find out if she can save you, and normally she can. How much?
Carol, the formula that I use is your highest bill, I can cut that in half, and sometimes and then some. So, I mean, if you're paying a $300 or $400 bill, that's a big amount of money back in your pocket, and it's usually more than that.
So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. You can call in. We're going to get you connected with her so that she's going to give you, all you have to do is make sure that you are qualified, which means what?
They own their own home, and they have a good credit score of 650 or better, and that's it. It's just a pass or a fail. It's not anything significant. They own their home, and they're able to have the solar on their house if they own their own home and have a credit score of 650 or better.
Call in here today, right now, at 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. We want you to get you connected with her so you can get that $200 solar savings incentive. Find out if you qualify. It's no obligation. Right now, there's a big push here on APS. So APS people, give us a call here right now. If you know someone that's moving into a house, call us here. Hey, what a great gift to give them the gift of no-cost
solar. Exactly.
No-cost solar.
Doesn't cost anything. They don't have to wrap it, and whoever you're sharing this with is going to be really happy, because those bills are going to... There's two things. One thing I wanted to say, May 1st, just a couple days from now, we go back to the APS summer rates, and then we have a second rate increase July 1st. So this year, people, we're not having just one rate increase, we're having two in a very short window of time.
Call here at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Go up on her website. It's AskSolarSandy.com. You can check her out there. All of the information's there. You can subscribe there as well. She can get in touch with you. Check her out and see. She can tell you how much money she can save on a bill that you're already paying for. It's getting hot, guys, and we know our bills are going to be high. Why should we? 602-277-5369. It's AskSolarSandy.com.
If I traded it all, if I gave it all.
So welcome back. and we are talking with Solar Sandy. If you have heard Solar Sandy and you've been on the fence about having solar, this is a free, no obligation consultation to you to help to find out how much money she can save you on a bill that you're already paying for. And she's valley-wide, and we've got our lines open here for everyone to get a $200 solar savings incentive from her, because you do have to find out whether you qualify. Most people do.
People do, Carol.
And so, and you've helped, before we go to this, I have to say this.
Sure.
You have helped a lot of people.
I
You came on
have,
my show
Carol.
in October, 15 minutes the next day was like, boom. And,
I
you know,
have.
you've been on almost every show, and there's a reason for it, because you're very passionate about helping
am.
as many people as possible. So if maybe you've heard her, you've been thinking about it, call in. Maybe you know someone that you think you may not need this, or you're not with APS, or you know somebody that is with APS, call in. We want to get them that $200 solar savings incentive.
And save them money.
The number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Also, go on her website. You could check out all this information. It's AskSolarSandy.com. Okay, also at the break, we were talking a little bit about APS's website and the false information that they have there.
Oh my goodness, Carol, don't even get me started. But yes, specifically about this. Right now, there is information on their website that's saying that the solar program is full and that they're trying to get you to do solar with them, but only saving you about $30 a month. And that is so that they can produce power on your roof and sell it back to you, and they're only going to give you $30. That doesn't do very much to help the average family save. And so you're creating power on your roof, and you're only getting $30, and they're selling you your solar power that's being created by the sun back to you at the highest rate possible. There's so many things that we don't have enough time on this show, but when I go to see my families, like I did for my daughter, this is how I got started. My daughter's bill went up 340%. She still lives in Hawaii, and from the time I lived there, from the time I started paying power there, it had gone up 340%. People say that's not possible. It is. It's a publicly traded company, and they're there to make people and the stockholders and the CEOs a lot of money. So yes, the special interests and the big businesses rule the way that they want to make profit. That's what they're there for. They're not a non-profit corporation. So it doesn't matter if their power costs go down. They're there to make the most amount of money for their stockholders and their CEOs at the end of the bottom line as they possibly can.
I want you to also explain too that what they get when you come along. I mean, you say many times that when you're on here that you maintain them, everything. What do you do?
We insure them, we maintain them, we monitor them. Basically, all the homeowner is doing is turning on their light switch and their air conditioner, and it's costing them less. I give the analogy, and it's going to be more than this very, very soon. They're driving down the street, and Fry's has gas for 17 cents. Across the street, Costco has gas for 12.5 cents. Well, you're going to go fill your tank up with the cheaper gas, because those gallons of gas add up, as do your kilowatts. And the gas station, Costco gas station, doesn't charge you fees, taxes, and surcharges. So there's no hidden fees like APS. It's on the left-hand side of the bill. Those go away. When you go solar, there is no fees, taxes, and surcharges, because you're no longer buying APS power. So not only am I saving you on your power cost, I'm saving you on those fees, taxes, surcharges, et cetera, and those are only going to get bigger and more of them and bigger as the years go on, because they're billions of dollars that they're planning, and they've got it approved by the Arizona Corporation Commission to pass this on to the non-solar consumer. So the only way for the APS consumers' bills is to go up, and go up significantly, Carol.
Well, like I said, I've heard a lot about it. I mean, when you first came on, I remember seeing a little bit, but now I've been seeing more and more
Absolutely.
and more about this no-cost solar. So it makes sense to find out. It's a free, no-obligation consultation. It doesn't affect HOAs.
No, HOAs have to approve this. It's a state law. They can tell you what color to paint your house, but they can't turn you down for having solar on your house and put more money, more family hard-earned money back in your family's budget. APS does not need it. I can assure you, when you see the profit that they make, they don't need any more of your money.
What about manufactured homes?
We can do those as well. If they're on if they own the land, we can do that as well, Carol.
Okay. Now, again, we have our lines open here. I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show as well. So I just keep my lines open here for everyone to call in. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You're going to get this $200 solar saving incentive. There's a big push on this right now. She wants to give this to you as a gift to her, to everybody, from her to everyone for doing this, because she wants to help you save more money as well by paying for the old
Absolutely.
bill and make it even better for you. You have to find out if you qualify. Most people do, so that's something you don't really have to worry about. Again, you can check her out on our website. It's AskSolarSandy.com. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Some of the people that you've seen that are my listeners that listen to the show.
Oh my gosh, Carol! Every single one of the people that I've had the pleasure of meeting love you. Greatly appreciate this. They heard me and you talking about something that they were flicking through the station, or they listened to your show and they go, "Oh, this is great." Some of them are older.
That's what I want to talk about. The older people.
They're older people that have been keeping their house at 85, 87 degrees when it's 120 degrees. This year, to keep the bill the same amount, they're going to have to keep their house at 90, 92. And then year after year, as the power prices go up, you see where I'm going with this. You have to keep your house hotter in order to be able to the affordability of your bill. Whereas I'm going to be able to go in and lower that bill, take all those fees, taxes, and surcharges off, and lock them in on the price so that they're saving money off that bill.
Wouldn't it be nice for you just to be able to do your laundry whenever you want?
Absolutely.
Or your dishwasher, run your dishwasher whenever you want, or run your pool pump and not worry about it.
Exactly.
Exactly,
Carol. There's so many reasons to do this, because unfortunately, it takes the green in our pocket. I haven't talked about this a lot. The green in our pocket.
I like the green in my pocket, though.
Green in our pocket to go green. So, there's some people that may not be motivated by money, but most people are. But we are doing something for the environment, for our children, our grandchildren. For every home that goes solar, we are doing something to contribute to the environment. And I heard something on the news, watched it on the news the other night. It was quite alarming. All that's going on in North Korea, they were talking about missiles being launched. They talked about the potential of that missile being launched and taking out half of the United States electrical grid. So I've been doing a lot of reading and all the rest of it. People with solar will still have power during the day. If you're connected to APS, no, not at nighttime, but you'd still have power during the day. So these are things that, I really, really educate myself about what I'm doing. And
You've been doing this a long time.
I've been doing this is going into my third year, Carol, and just as thorough as I researched it for my daughter's home, my grandchildren's home, and I saw that this really worked and really saved her an awful lot of money. Then I thought, gee, there must be. I'm a retired nurse, and I was thorough when I was a nurse. I made sure I gave the right medication, the right dosage, etc. The same thing that I bring to the table when I go out to see my consumers. That I really believe in what I do. I'm very thorough and very accurate at what I do, and this is why maybe one home at a time I'm trying to change people's opinion about the solar industry. Some people have not gotten enough panels, not enough power, and had still two bills, one from the electric company and one for their solar panels. I'm trying to get rid of a bill for them. It costs them nothing to do this and lower their cost of their power. And I'm very precise and very accurate. I obtain their kilowatts, figure out how much they need, how much they've used, how much they need going forward. And I am very thorough explaining things to people so they understand it.
Well, it's a no-cost solar to you. There's no obligation to find out what she can save you. And she's valley-wide. She loves to give these $200 solar savings incentive to everyone out there. Again, you have to make sure that you qualify. Most people do. You can check her out. All of this information is at AskSolarSandy.com. Call us here. I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. Get connected here with her. She likes us to do it that way. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100.